I'm Kurt Martone, and I'm here in the woods, frankly, where bears live. Now, there are some who argue that killing bears isn't necessary, and that there's another way. Here at Classic Auto, where Griffin says that car sales have gone up, but so is the price. I'm Kurt Martone, and I'm standing just outside the Richter Center where next month graduation will be held. Now, this new Excelsior app is designed exactly for that, for large events. Now, this app is not without its controversy. Over last year's hunting season, hunters in Cattaraugus County killed 47 bears. And in a community surrounded by woods, I spoke with a big game biologist to find out more.
We're using hunting as a tool to manage the overall bear population and to address population growth. If you were to go north towards Rochester, 15 years ago, there was no bear hunting season in that area. But as bears started to move northward in their geographic distribution, we started to open up hunting.
Now, about 8,000 bears live in New York, and the bear population has steadily been increasing. Scientists look at the number of bears killed in an area, and they then estimate whether the density of the bears has gone up or down.
One of the secondary benefits that happens with hunting is that any negative interactions with people and bears, so when a bear perceives an interaction with person as a negative, from our perspective, that's a good thing, right? You're teaching bears that interactions with people are not good.
The Defenders of Wildlife want people to coexist with bears, to lock up food and to be wary of known bear areas. And to minimize your contact with bears, the state encourages you to lock up food and to not leave garbage and bird feeders in easily accessible places. With SBU TV, I'm Kurt Martone. Despite the COVID-19 pandemic, cars have been flying off the lots. This is the case for Bill Griffin, the owner of Classic Auto in Horseheads.
About the time the pandemic hit, it took right off. And actually this last year has been my best year in 44 years.
Bill believes that car sales have gone up partly due to the stimulus checks that the government gave out last year.
I think that just did it. People went into a different frame of mind, and car sales have been good. It's jumped. The cost of getting the cars has taken a big increase, which passes on somewhat to the customer.
Griffin says that car prices have gone up by a couple $1,000s. He buys most of the cars that he sells at auction in Pennsylvania, and even though fewer dealers go to the auction, all these cars still sell.
Of course, I sell anything with wheels on it, and I'm not fussy about what I have, so it works, and that's what I do.
About 50 people visit Griffin's shop each day. Reporting in Horseheads, Kurt Martone, WENY News.
Excelsior Pass is a new app you can download right on your smartphone. There are two versions of the app, one for event staff and one for guests. It stores a record of your vaccination or a negative COVID test and turns them into a QR code. If you come to an event that requires proof of those, scanning the code is meant to be easier than carrying around proof on paper. The pass will have to be renewed every 3 months for vaccinated people.
The app will be available for download on both platforms, on Google and Apple platforms, for people to download to their smartphones.
I spoke with venues across the state to figure out what this means for them. 3 theaters in upstate New York say that they are not ready to reopen. They'll look at what they need to do later in the year. The Buffalo Sabres do have 3 games on sale for April, and they are allowing guests to use the Excelsior Pass. Yankee Stadium has also enacted similar policies. Right now, the app exists on an opt-in basis and only works at events that have the partner app to scan the code.
It's impossible. I've been vaccinated now for over a month, and I don't have a pass.
Now, others have had similar problems, and some older smartphones cannot download the app, but passes can be printed out from NewYork.gov. And while major questions still loom about what the future holds for the app, Governor Cuomo says that the Excelsior Pass heralds the next step in his thoughtful and science-based reopening. With SBU TV, I'm Kurt Martone.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining us. I'm Kurt Martone, and we are live on the red carpet from the School of Health Professions for the first ever Bonds Film Festival. And this event is put on by Dr. Jeffrey Allen, and we're going to see students come through from the Marketing Communication in Public Health class, and they made 8 films, 8 PSAs covering topics from COVID to vaping, and many other topics. So we're gonna come through. I'm gonna meet the students with you. We're gonna have other special guests as well. So I see our first guest coming now. So let's get into it. Very interesting. So are you guys excited for the PSAs, or are you guys nervous? What are your
excited? We're very excited. Nurses love public health information. So what these students have done, we are in full support of, and so excited to be here. This is great.
When you guys are really dressed up, you're making me look like I just rolled out of bed.
Thank you. We were very excited about the red carpet.
Yeah. Yes, from wearing scrubs all day to coming to the red carpet, we're blessed.
Did you have a choice in who you wanted to cast exactly, or how did that work?
Yes, we did have a choice in who we wanted to cast. We have a professor starring as a grandfather role. I myself am also acting in it, and we have a couple of other students as well.
So what was your role in the project?
Well, I'm an actor. Yes.
He was our star actor.
Did you play the grandfather?
I did play the grandfather, yes.
Could you tell by his age?
I mean, I guess it's just a lucky guess, but so what kind of work went into you preparing your role?
Well, I really had to focus a lot on some grandfatherly thoughts. I tried to think about mowing the lawn, making sure the stripes were straight, maybe wearing some New Balance sneakers, things like that. Yeah. Things that I don't normally do.
Right. And next up, we have the man himself, Dr. Jeffrey Allen. So, what would you want to say to the folks at home who are watching this event, tuning in live? If you want to address them, you can.
Buckle up.
So have you decided on grades, or are you going to wait and see what kind of grades?
Oh, their grades will depend on the audience reaction.
Again, we are live currently on the red carpet in the School of Health Professions for the first ever Bonds Film Festival. This is a really big event put on. Apparently, this was a semester-wide experience for all of the students, including Dr. Jeffrey Allen. Learning never stops.
There is a preference among many, not all certainly, but among many, for apartment living and more of a lock-and-go lifestyle than homeownership.
But today's a really wonderful occasion where we're welcoming back our seniors, and we've used the time wisely with making improvements, and it's really showing. It looks great.
COVID cases drop in the county and on campus this week. In Cattaraugus County, active cases drop below 200. Total cases since the beginning of the pandemic just over 5,300, and COVID-related deaths rise to 98. And here on campus, active cases drop to 1, just in time for spring weekend to kick off. 98 people have recovered. That brings the total number of cases since the beginning of the semester to 99. And a look now at the First Energy Stadium. We'll take you there when SBU TV comes back. Stay with us. Welcome back, everyone. The Pentagon's Defense Department confirmed several leaked UFO sightings are in fact genuine. The government response surprised many. However, this isn't the first or last move the Pentagon will make. Jordan Fitch reports. And that's all the time we have now. Thank you guys so much for joining us again. I'm Kurt Martone.